Hello and good morning. Welcome. This is our combined VergentLMS and TCN webinar. We are very excited to have you with us today and are looking forward to presenting Vergent Connect, powered by TCN. My name is Giovanni Laverdi. I go by Gio, and I've recently joined the Vergent team as Director of Product Utilization and Training. All of you on this call are already customers of our best-in-class software as a service, VergentLMS, and the purpose of this webinar is to introduce you to our newest partner, TCN. TCN is going to describe who they are and what they do in just a few moments and introduce you to the Vergent Connect powered by TCN. What's important to you, our customer, is that TCN is a best-in-class communication and engagement platform integrated with VergentLMS through our partnership. To restate, the use of the TCN platform can interact directly with the Vergent experience. This partnership can assist your business with gains in efficiencies, thus saving time and money. As we go through this webinar, you may have questions along the way. Please feel free to post your questions into the chat. We have somebody monitoring the chat and will ensure to get your questions recorded and answered. So with that, I'd like to turn you over to my colleague, Clint Lawbaugh with TCN. Clint, take it away.
Thanks, Gio. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We're very excited about our partnership and integration with VergentLMS. As Gio mentioned, my name is Clint Lawbaugh, and I'm the Regional Director of Sales for TCN. And I'll be taking us through a few slides to help set the table and help everyone understand what TCN and our partnership with Vergent will offer you. First, a little bit about TCN. We were founded in 1999, and TCN has always been, from inception, a cloud-based solution. So there's no hardware or software to purchase, no lengthy installs. With that said, we have over 3,000 clients globally, and we're making over 1 billion calls and interactions per year. So a little bit about what we're going to see today. TCN is offering a complete omni-channel solution that'll cover voice, both inbound and outbound calling capabilities. That'll give you the ability to do call blasts, to do hotkey press to connect back to your service rep from their phone. We also offer SMS texting, email, and a very impressive tool called Vocal Direct, which is a ringless voicemail drop to cell phones. It's pretty cool. So TCN's omni-channel solution will give you the full ability and the productivity and efficiency to help you and your business grow. This full feature set is all included with your personal TCN account. It'll give you the flexibility and the features all in a one-stop solution. So our complete omni-channel cloud solution will give you the ability to keep that communication with your customer. We know how important that is through the lending cycle. A couple of use case scenarios that we've thought of that could help you in your efficiencies of your business is you can send out payment due date reminders, appointment reminders, collection notifications, marketing information for upcoming offers or opportunities, improve your overall efficiency without adding any additional labor, and it frees you up to focus on other business matters. One of the key things we like to mention is that our compliance features are built in. So in an ever-changing world of regulations and rules, we give you the easy flexibility to make these changes on the fly with your account to make sure you're compliant with all regulations. So we've invited Carrie Sweeney to take us through a demo. But first, let's take a look at Vergent and some of the options that you'll have with their platform.
Excellent. Thanks, Clint. So one of the things we wanted to show you as part of this integration is pretty much one of our first options would be to deliver data to TCN via a secured file transfer protocol, or SFTP. So one of the things that we're showing here is a way to pull a report based on the criteria that you want from a campaign perspective. And in our next slide, basically this is a basic and output from that report. And ultimately, as you know, you can export this file to an Excel in the upper right-hand corner to convert it to a CSV. And then basically your CSV output. So at this point, this can be uploaded to TCN via that SFTP. The campaigns can be run in TCN as Carrie's about to demonstrate for you, and then functionally they can drop a file back to the Vergent software and we can upload that so that you have all your notes in place. We are currently also going to be working on an API solution so that this would be more real time. And because of that, I wanted to make sure we showed you our call logs so that whenever the campaign is run and the calls are dispositioned in any records and notes, that will also transfer back to the Vergent software at the customer level. So just a couple of things to consider as Carrie walks us through this very powerful tool.
Great, perfect. Thanks, Clint and Gio. I'm going to take you guys through the TCN product itself, how you would log in, how you would get your call list, schedule campaigns out, and view reporting. So this screen you're looking at right now, like we said, TCN is a completely cloud service, so there's nothing for you to install on your side. You would just come to our website and you would log in with your username and password. So we can give each user a username and password, and they can log in here. And each user can have a different set of permissions within TCN as well. So once you get to TCN, once you're logged in, it's going to bring you to our TCN Analytics Dashboard reporting screen. That's kind of our landing page here. And so the first thing you're going to want to do when you log into TCN is launch a broadcast. So the first step in launching a broadcast is uploading your call list. So there's kind of three parts in launching a campaign to reaching out to your customers. Like Gio mentioned, we have that integration where that brings your list right from Vergent right into TCN here. So if we come to our list manager and then contact manager, you can see here's the list that Gio was just showing you here. We take a look at it. You can see all the information, all your customer information comes right over. And so once you have that list within TCN, you're ready to launch that with a variety of different calling campaigns, however you want it to reach that customer. So we're going to talk a little bit about those different types of call campaigns. So if I come to my outbound template manager, this is where you would set up all your different types of campaign strategies, how you want to reach your customers. So I kind of like to think of it as TCN as like a toolbox. So you have a different set of messaging, different types of messaging that you can use to reach that customer. So like Clint said, we'll start with our vocal direct messaging here. Clint touched on this a little bit, and this is our ringless voicemail feature. So that's going to call cell phones. It's not going to ring the phone, but rather just drop a message right on their voicemail. And so your messages, when you create them on TCN, if we come into our message manager, this is where you actually create your outgoing messages. So any outbound messages that you want to send to your customers, you can create right on the TCN website. So you can record with phone or record with mic and record your messages. You can also, if you wanted us to, we can record your messages if you sent us a script with our voice talent here within TCN. And then if I take a look, I'm going to open up one of my messages here. And so within the message itself, we can build, or we can train you how to build these as well. But you can insert personalized information from that list you got from VergentLMS. So you can say, hi, this is a message for, and insert the person's name. If you need to insert, a balance amount, their address, an account number for reference when they're calling you back, you can insert that right in your message here, and that will personalize that message for your customer there. And so that's a little bit about building your messaging. If we come back now to our template manager, and then once we have our messages built, we can insert that right into our vocal direct campaign. And you can set things like caller ID. So you can set your caller ID so when the call comes through, your customers are going to see your caller ID, the message. And you close that, and that's saved. And so that's available to be used you know, when you send out your call campaigns. You don't have to create a new one each time. They're here for you to use once they're created. So vocal direct, that's one type of strategy. The other type is going to be your unattended or your blast messaging. This is similar, kind of similar to vocal direct, except that it's going to leave the message on both live answers and machines, and it's for both landlines and cell phones. So it's a message where you can say, hi, this is a message for, you know, please call us back. That's gonna, you know, it's meant to drive that inbound traffic back to your office. And then we also have the ability to do agent-based campaigns. So you can have agents log into TCN if you like, and they can field calls right on our platform. And we have predictive messaging available. And that's where, you know, every hello, as soon as somebody answers, we're going to connect them and right back to an agent, and they're speaking to that person. So you have, you know, you can have as many different types of messaging here, and different types of messaging along with different messages. You know, you can have payment reminders on here. You can have collections, early collections, 30 days out, you know, 30 plus days, whatever you needed. It can be customized to suit your needs. Along with our messaging, we also have the ability to do email and SMS. So with email and SMS, we can come to our template, and you can set up your SMS message here. And it's very similar to setting up a voice message. You would type in your template name. You have your message. Again, you can insert that personalized information from your list right into the messaging. You just have to include an opt-out word, and TCN's opt-out word is stop. So if anybody replies stop, they would be opted out of future messages automatically. And then email, very similar as well. Your email templates, you set those up as well. And again, you can insert personalized information. So if I come in here, I can set up my new message. I can insert that personalized information just like we saw in the text message. I can add attachments, subjects, and then the template name would just be the name. And then you can also, in your emails, you can insert, pictures and things like that within your email template and personalize it to fit what you guys wanted to do there. So those are just a brief overview of some of the types of strategies or campaign contact strategies we have here at TCN. Once you have those set up, again, that's not something that needs to be done every single time. They're here for you. But once you have your list loaded and your messages are set up, all you have to do is come to outbound send broadcast, and that's where you're going to launch your campaign. From here, you have your 3 steps. You're going to select your list. You're going to select your template. You know, do I want to send this out with my vocal direct, unattended, predictive? And then you can set your start or stop time. So you can say as soon as possible, and that's going to launch your calls, right then and there. On this date or time, you can set the date and the time. It allows you to schedule out in the future. And then down here, you have your stop times. So you can, until all calls are completed, or if you want to add a hard stop time, you can do so. You could set, maybe everybody's leaving the office today at 5. Maybe I want to schedule this to stop at 4:30 today or 4:45. TCN also has built-in controls here. So if I, by mistake, came in here and scheduled my calls for 2 a.m. instead of 2 p.m., we're not going to allow any calls out before 8 a.m. in any time zone and after 9 in any time zone. So you don't have to worry about accidentally calling somebody at 2 in the morning instead of 2 in the afternoon. Then once you have those 3, you have your list, you have your template, and you have your start time, you're going to go ahead and hit schedule. And that just brings you to a confirmation. It just goes through all those settings that we went through. The start time, the stop time, what caller ID you're using. If all looks good, you're going to come down and hit the finish button here. And that's going to schedule out your campaign. So it just lets you know your campaign is scheduled. Once I hit that done button here, it's taking me back to my reports page that we were just on here. And so you can see here's my campaign. I have some options and some actions I can control this campaign with. So I can pause my campaign. Maybe everybody's going to lunch. I can go ahead and hit pause. Just to pause that campaign. When everybody comes back, I can hit start to start it back up. I have a cancel button, and I can increase or slow down the pacing of my calls, how fast my calls are going out with a click of a button. And you can do that right on the fly. And then if I came over here and I clicked on the actual description of my broadcast, that's going to bring up some reporting about this campaign. So you'll be able to see how many calls in progress, answered, machines, busies, no answers, just basically a snapshot of what's happening within your campaign. Down here, we have a key response breakdown. So what that's going to do is it just notates if you're telling somebody, maybe in your messages, you might want it to say, press 1. If you are this person, press 2 if you're not. We can keep track of those key presses, how many people are pressing 1, how many people are pressing 2. Also, maybe you're running a key press link back campaign where you might say, please press 9 to speak with a representative. When they press 9, we can link that call back into your office, and then you can track the number of key presses here. And then finally, we have our call reports. So we'll send, like Gio showed you in the notes there, we're going to send some reporting back to Vergent for you to update your call log notes. But if you needed any other types of reporting, if you wanted to see, you wanted your detailed call reports emailed to you or anything like that, we can set up custom reporting. If you wanted to filter out your results and maybe just see all your invalid calls or your bad numbers, or if you just want to look at all your people who we recorded as an answering machine, you could pull out certain results and take a look at those as well. And so that's pretty much a quick overview of TCN. Like I said, we have compliance features built in right into our system here, where you can come in and you can set compliance rules if you needed. We have those default compliance rules where we create one here. We're going to scrub against an internal do not call list. If you add people to your do not call, we'll scrub against that every call, and then we won't call before 8 a.m. or 9 p.m. But you can, if you're worried about contacting people too many times, you can add rules like deny, outbound calls more than, 3 times in 2 days. So you can set customized rules in here to meet your needs. So the TCN team is here to work with you, to work through the call, help you get all your campaigns set up, set up any kind of compliance rules, answer any questions, walk you through these controls and kind of hold your hand as we get you up and running on TCN. We can set up custom reporting for you. So we're your dedicated team here, and we're here to help you out and make sure you're comfortable running on TCN.
Thanks, Carrie.
Yeah.
So we can do the next slide. I appreciate that, Carrie. And Carrie was able to show you, the flexibility and the power that our system has built in. So in closing, I just wanted to thank everybody for attending today. I also wanted to mention that as you attended today, you're eligible for a free TCN account. So TCN has made it very easy to get started using our solution. So we're waiving all the setup fees. You get, as Carrie mentioned, the 24/7 customer support will help you get set up and get started, running your first couple of campaigns with our dedicated team. So if next steps would be, my contact information is on the next screen. if you reach out to me, I can get you the basic user agreement. Again, there's no contracts to sign. There's no minimums or maximum volume that we're expecting anybody to use in a month. It's basically another tool in the toolbox for you to use along with VergentLMS. So if you're interested, please grab my contact information, reach out to me. We can review further the setup, some of the features if you're interested, and we can get you set up with your free TCN account. Gio, I don't know if you have anything to add in closing.
No, just I want to echo that. Thank you all for participating in today's webinar. I want to thank the TCN team for putting on a great demonstration. And if you what questions you have, feel free to reach out to Clint for any questions as far as the TCN component. And if myself or Rich Winter, my Director of Marketing, can answer any questions from the Vergent side, please feel free to reach out to us. But other than that, appreciate it. Look forward to a continued long, strong partnership.
Great. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Thanks, folks.